47% of people are playing Amazon. But 51% are playing Lightning Spear. So not only all the players that are playing Amazon are playing Lightning Spear, but 4% more from other classes are also playing Lightning Spear. And here we are in PoE 2 Ninja. What this tells us is the top 15k builds in the game, or players or characters in the game. And we can see in here what people are playing, what classes, what ascendancies, what skills they are playing. And when you go to this side, in here you can see that 47% of the player base is playing fucking Amazon. And 0.3% are playing the Acolyte of Shayula. Nobody's playing this shit. And everybody is playing this shit, right? But you can also go deeper and go by skills. And then you will see that 51% of the player base is playing Lightning Spear. I have heard from PoE 1 players that never in the history of PoE 1, even if the skill was the most broken shit ever, a skill was played at this rate. Over 50%, never. That is what people are telling me. I don't know if it is true, but I believe them, right? I believe them. Dude, over 60% of you are not subscribed. Why? Why are you like this? Just click the button, my dude. It is quick, it is easy, it is free. You get content, I get a sub, win-win situation. Just click the sub button, my dude. This is a huge problem, of course, but I will preface it by saying that I am always right. And I told you at the start of the league that this shit was going to happen. You can go and look for the videos, and if you are hitting the chat, you know this is true. What did I tell you? Since they nerf everybody and they make the game harder and slower, and people will always choose the path of least resistance, when someone figures out the most broken build, people are going to gravitate towards the most broken build. What is happening right now? Exactly that. Since Lightning Spear is the only build, or is in the top 3 build, or the best build to make the game feel good, people are gravitating towards that build. Because it makes the game not a pain in the ass. And I am someone that loves the game. That I think that the game is not a pain in the ass. But for other players, and for 51% of players, it is like that. Right? So, some people would say that this is a balance problem. And honestly, yes, it is also a balance problem. But there is a deeper meaning in here. Because if it is just a balance problem, how do you solve the balance problem? Well, I nerf Lightning Spear. What happens if I nerf Lightning Spear? Then the only build that felt good is nerfed. People are going to complain, and it is not going to be fun because the baseline of the game, people are not finding it fun fundamentally. And they are trying relentlessly to find the build that make the game not feel like that. So, what I am seeing here is that there always had to be builds like Lightning Spear. Because if not, people are going to be pissed. So what I am finding is, because I like the game as it is, right? But I am finding that for the game to have a future, they have to make other people happier. So what I prefer is not what people as a whole prefer, right? And I want the game to survive. Buffing everything is also not the solution, because you end up in the Diablo 3 situation. So the solution is, in my opinion, the baseline game has to be less annoying or less hard, so people are encouraged to try different builds. And those different builds, yes, they need to be stronger. Maybe lower the ceiling a little bit because Lightning Speed is fucked up, but also increase the floor, right? And there have to be, like, the top end builds have to be similar to lightning speed in feeling for players to be happy. So you need to have 5 to 10 builds that perform similarly to lightning speed. And again, I am not saying necessarily in power because it is kind of ridiculous, but in feeling how people feel while they are mapping. I think this needs to be raising flags in GGG right now. That everybody is playing lightning speed mounted on a fucking Roa, dude. 51% of the 15k builds are playing fucking lightning speed. With different classes, by the way. And 47% of them are Amazon. And you can tell me, because I know that some people are going to say, well, the 40% Amazon is alright because it's the new class, it's the new ascendancy, and it is called Amazon. And people love it from D2 and they wanted to play Amazon. Okay, I will give you that. Okay, you are right. 47% of people are playing Amazon. But 51% are playing lightning speed. So not only all the players that are playing Amazon are playing lightning speed, but 4% more from other classes are also playing lightning speed because it is the best fucking feeling build in the game. You can tell me this is the state the meta is supposed to be in. And yes, early access or whatever the fuck you can tell me, I know. There is an issue here fundamentally beyond just balance. And it's related to the feeling of the game. And it is coming from someone that loves how the game feels. But I understand why people are gravitating towards the type of builds. Because it happened in the first season too. A Spark Blink was like this. The fucking Stat Stacker was like this. With the Tempest shit. I forgot the name of the ability. People are gravitating towards this shit because of something. And I believe it is not necessarily of the slowness of the game. Although probably it is part of that. I believe it just feels good not having to engage with the bullshit monsters that stun you, attack you, pursue you, and whatever. And it is better to just not deal with those motherfuckers. And people fundamentally like to blast. And again, although I like the game how it is, I have to look at this and think about what this means for the future of the game. And how future seasons are going to look at in terms of meta game. Because if you nerf one build, people are going to go for the next broken build that makes the game not feel as bullshit. So what is the solution? Make the game, as a baseline, not feel like bullshit. Don't you think that will be the solution? If people are looking for the path of least resistance with the build that makes the game not feel like bullshit, what do you have to do to fix the problem? Just balance the build, nerf the build. No. Make the game not feel like bullshit for all builds. That is my opinion. The most bizarre part of lightning speed is they actually buffed it. Yes, I remember they buffed it. Like it was destroying mobs and they went ahead and made it worse for the game's balance. Yep, that is completely true. But what do you guys think? It is just because of balance, or it is also because of what I'm saying? That people are just trying to look for the build that doesn't feel like shit in terms of interacting with the game. I believe it is both things. What do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I a clown? Am I a genius? Let me know everything in the comments below. I love reading comments even when they don't agree with me. Also remember to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, all that cool stuff. Guys, thanks for being here. You guys are fucking awesome. God bless ya. And remember, don't be afraid ever, because this is just a ride.